YouTube, what's going on, guys? Red Mist LFC here with the aftermath of the Liverpool versus Newcastle game. What a fantastic game it was. What a fantastic win it was for Liverpool. It takes us top of the table, 5 points clear. Yes. God, I was so relieved. What a performance. Fantastic performance. Brilliant. Let's move on to let's move on to all the team lineup and my version and Klopp's version, etc. First of all, let's just obviously put up the score. We ran out 4-2 winners. 4-2 winners, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Fantastic. Right, let's talk about, let's go for let's start off with the first 11, the starting 11. Well, not the starting 11, this was actually my starting 11. Then we can run through, briefly about the players and stuff, and talk about subs and any of the fringe players and any maybe injuries and loans that have been cut short potentially as well. Even granted, this is a few days late. I've just been so busy, so I hadn't been able to find time to do the post match. But I thought it was such a good match, let me just do one. I was this close to not really sort of doing it, but yeah, why not? Like, I got the time now. I will do the Arsenal for the cup on next Sunday. I'll do that tomorrow probably. If you're listening to this today, if you listen to this tomorrow, then it'll be the day after, Thursday, whatever. But yeah, so first and foremost, Alisson, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kanate, Trent, Curtis Jones, Wataru Endo, Szoboszlai, Nunez, Gakpo, Salah. That was my starting lineup, and I kind of went for Nunez because I felt like Diaz would be more effective coming on against Newcastle. Just because I think he's got the twinkle toes in and around the box when there's no space. If Newcastle came to sit back and just protect and defend like Man United did, I feel like Diaz would have the twinkle toes to get in and around them. Full of energy, could create something, maybe gets fouled, draws a penalty, something. It's going to be nice and tight in there. We want to get into that box and force a mistake. I think that's how you have to get in and amongst low block sides sometimes, even though Newcastle generally haven't been playing low block. In fact, they haven't played no low block at all this season, or even last season. But I just feel like they are limited to the players they can field. They got injuries, and so therefore they might try and do what Man United did. Especially being on especially being on the run that they have been on recently. So yeah, no, that is that's part of what I thought it would be like. Excuse me. So that was my idea for Nunez being choosing Nunez ahead of Diaz. I don't know with Gakpo, because I feel like Gakpo's got that physical kind of frame, mentality, hardworking. Can get all over those centre backs, whoever it is, whether it's Botman or whoever. Burn goes. I think Burn's been playing at left back, hasn't he? I'm not even sure. Or Lascelles, or who was the other one? Where is it? Where? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and obviously Salah does Salah things. Salah is Mo, and Mo would just be doing Mo things. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I thought maybe those two would be, I don't know, more effective, you could say. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just ring on the substitution. So Klopp subs. We had Diaz, Jota, McAllister, Gravenberch, Elliott, Quansah, Bradley, McConnell, and Kelleher. So we had two youngsters in Conor Bradley and obviously James McConnell, who probably weren't really going to play, but because they got so much injuries, you never know what happens in the match. You could get more injuries and then So our injury list also looks like this: Tsimikas, Matip, Doak, Thiago, Bajcetic, and Robertson. Oh my goodness! Imagine when those players come back. Look at the squad. I've said it before in previews that I've released. It's an insane squad. I think it's the best squad in the Premier League. I really do. I think it's the best squad in the Premier League. 1 second. Quick spoonful of corn. Excuse me. So yeah, it's gonna be an amazing squad. Like when everyone's fit, like not all these players are gonna be able to get into it. Like let's just say, the two youngsters, go leave the first 11. There's only 2 spaces left. There's only 2 spaces, and we have Tsimikas, Thiago, Robertson, Matip. I don't think Matip's going to feature for the rest of the season personally. Hopefully he gets an extended contract. I hope so. I think he will personally. But yeah, I mean, it takes you a season to come back, doesn't it, properly from that kind of injury. So I don't know. Do we want to give him a 2-year contract? I think it's looking bleak. And even if we do have him for an extra year, and he gets back fit, he'll probably be used sparingly in his final season, which phase him out. I guess maybe kind of makes sense, But look, so you've still got Tsimikas, Bajcetic, Thiago, and Robertson. Only 2 of those can get on the bench. Maybe I don't know. Maybe who drops off? Who drops off? Seriously, guys, who drops off? Who drops off that bench? That is not a decision I would like. This is one of the reasons why I don't think that we're going to sign anyone. If we was to sign Robinson for left back spot because of Joe Gomez, Robinson comes in and plays, right? Robinson is potentially a first team player in this. I think he's better than Tsimikas. So if we sign him, that means Tsimikas is probably out the door. I don't know how good defensively Robinson is for Fulham. I'm not, I know he was really good at the World Cup for the US. I thought he was fantastic at the World Cup. Obviously, that's what warranted his move, got him his move to Fulham, the Premier League. I just can't see it happening. I just can't see it. At first, there was times when I thought Endo might be, the one that drops out the squad completely when Thiago returns. He'll take that spot, but I don't know now. I don't think that's it's as simple as it seems. Now, for all of his ability, Thiago's ability and his skill and his movement and stuff, does he replace Endo? And the reason why I ask this is because Endo is very effective in what he does. And I think he's actually better defensively than Thiago is. So if you're going to bring in Thiago in the DM role, I don't know about that. I agree he's a better all-round player than Endo is, yes. We say he's creative, Thiago, but I mean, he's not scoring lots of goals, is he? And he's not exactly creating loads and loads and loads, and he hasn't created loads and loads and loads since he's been at the club. He's had some right seasons, but in my opinion, for his quality and the quality we had in this team in the last, at least 4 years with Klopp, 5 years or whatever it is, like he should have done better, and he should have a better record for us. He's underachieved, in my opinion. Is that going to change when he returns? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think he's going to be... I don't think we'll have him next season. I think we'll replace him. I think he'll be sold to either back to Spain or he'll go abroad to the Saudi League. 100%. And I don't think he will figure... I think he'll be used sparingly. Or probably as like a substitute, a bench player to come on. I don't think he's going to nail down a first team spot. I really don't. And I don't even think he should replace Endo. I think, with lots of his passing's amazing, Thiago, but with his passing, he can lose possession. Endo doesn't make passes where Like he doesn't. He very rarely loses possession. Endo. He keeps it nice and simple. Keeps it ticking over. Nothing too fancy. Doesn't get caught on the ball. Shuts down spaces. You know, he's got a bite to him. It's quick, nippy. I think he's better at headering than Thiago as well. Guy leaps like a salmon. So I don't know. I don't know. Does Thiago come in for Jones? Maybe. I think Thiago is more likely to be the Jones substitution. I also think that maybe it'll be interesting to see if Klopp is really blooding McAllister in the DM role. Now that you know, now that we've kind of seen what Endo's about, and you know, Endo's been cooking in that position. Obviously, he's gone away to the Asian Cup, and you know, McAllister will get the spot back. I think what we might see, Thiago in that spot, and I think we might see rotation between Jones and McAllister. I love it. I love this competition. I love it. There's so much fantastic competition here when these players return. Hopefully Thiago's on the bench for Arsenal. McAllister will be back. Hopefully Szoboszlai can be on the bench as well and shrug off that little slight injury. Hamstring, I don't know what kind of tear it is, what level it is, if it's really bad, if it's not, if he's missing, if he's not missing. Nonetheless, I still feel we have the firepower to do something. I will talk about who I feel like should play in that position in the preview to Arsenal. Hopefully I'll have that out before Thursday, so keep an eye out for it if you're interested and you like being here. I'm thinking to start just some regular live streams after the full-time games, after the game, just like an hour or hour or so. So you might see me around or catch me on. I'll just be generally talking like this about it, really. Whoever's here for the hour or the 2 hours I'm waffling on about it, hey, feel free to join the party. So yeah, I mean, it's a good time, Reds. It's a fucking good time. Excuse my language. I shouldn't have sworn. Demonetized. It's going to only be seen by 2 people now because of that. But listen, it's a fantastic time. I mean, there's lots of decisions and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. It's insane. Right, let's move on to the Angry Birds. The Angry Birds it's just a little column for players like Bobby Clark, Cade Gordon, Luke Chambers, Phillips, and Carvalho, Adrian. Players who are kind of on the peripheral or according from time to time that actually don't really make the grade more often than not. Oh God, where are you? Bloody hell, Adrian. You didn't spoil everything, didn't you? Spoil the flow. Right, so rumour is Carvalho is back and he's back in training. So that's I think also Reece what is his name? Reece James? Not Reece James, Chelsea guy. The tall defender, centre back, light skinned, Reece Williams. Apparently his loan's been cut short at Aberdeen as well. He never played a game, or he was on a bench only a handful of times. Man makes complete sense. I don't know if Klopp's calling in players because, you know, for the tail end of the season, injuries and stuff, pushing, you know, we're in the Europa, we're in all the cups. Maybe he's gonna needs bodies, you know, now that we're in those situations. So that would be interesting. I think Carvalho makes complete sense. I think that's good. Not sure really what he's been doing. I don't think he was used very much. I think again a handful of times. Although I feel like maybe Robertson could arrive in a loan deal or a swap deal with Carvalho back to Fulham and Robertson to Liverpool. Keep an eye on that one. I'm saying it now. That could be in the pipeline. A player swap, Carvalho for Robertson, and that way I feel like we may get another defender. If that's the case, lose an attacker, because we got a lot of attackers, and then we got youth coming through as well. I feel like that could be an option there. Then we'd potentially have 3 left backs, but I think Robertson does Robinson. I keep saying Robertson. We have Robinson and Robertson. Robinson play? Could he play like further forward maybe? I think he's just an out and out left back. I still can't get over having 3. I feel like one of them would have to leave at the end of the season. It's interesting. I don't know, but keep an eye on that potentially. But Carvalho is here. Maybe Klopp does want him. I don't see where he gets game time when all the strikers are fit now. Jota's only one injured, so I don't see where he gets any game time going forward. Maybe it's a midfield thing, but he wasn't very good in midfield seasons past. Although the midfield is healthier now, but there's a lot more competition. So again, Harvey's fit, Gravenberch is fit, Bajcetic is on the verge. So I can't see where so all I can see is that we called him back in January for the swap deal for something, whether it's Robinson, I don't know, maybe it might be. I can't see it being a key player. Although Robinson has been key for them, I can't see it being for like a Paulinho or anybody like that, because I think he's too. Paulinho is too much of a mark, in their team. He's the heart of their team. So we're not going to, take the heart of their team and give him, Carvalho, who's a completely different player from when we took him on from Fulham, in my eyes. And I don't think that's his own fault. I think that's just the way he's been used. And unfortunately, I think that's Klopp. Klopp and his team. I think that there was so much prospect for this kid, but it's just not seemed to have worked. And so I think that could be in the pipeline for him. And yeah, also Nat Phillips has also been called back. Not really sure why. Maybe because of the Matip thing. But yeah, it is what it is. If that is the case, then I don't feel like we're getting a centre back in. I think it would just be him. Reece Williams as well has been called back, and I don't think we're going to get a centre back in, guys. I think that'll be a summer thing. I think if anywhere, it'll be left back or maybe an attacker. But if it is an attacker, then we've just called Carvalho back, which doesn't make sense, but kind of makes sense, I guess, because it just buffs up the numbers and competition, doesn't it? But yeah, getting them all on the bench. I mean, if we get rid of Carvalho, we bring in Robinson, that's going to be another player trying to get on into the starting 11. The competition is just crazy for places. Insane. Madness. Absolute madness. So yeah, Alisson against Newcastle. I mean, didn't really have a chance, did he? To be honest, poor guy didn't have a chance. Newcastle conversion rate insane. You can't even knock Isak, really. Can't knock Newcastle. They had 2 or 3 chances, scored 2. Near on perfect is what it is. Can't even knock Alisson either. Which GG, innit? Good game. Simple as that. Hold my hands up. Konate and Van Dijk were fantastic. Thought they was brilliant, both of them. Van Dijk, I think has been immense so far this season, and I think Konate has been immense also. Don't think. I mean, obviously the goal for like Isak scored. Could have been a bit better. Van Dijk kind of not deciding whether he wanted to stick or twist early enough. If he had stuck, Isak would have been offside, but kind of didn't expect that finish from Isak. Maybe Alisson done a bit better. I don't know. I find it annoying sometimes that Dubravka has the game he has, but then Alisson can't even try to. I mean, that sounds harsh because Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, but it's infuriating. When you're watching it, it's infuriating. Does it? Like, come on, you know what I mean, guys, right? It's like Dubravka does all that, and you just want Alisson to get half a finger to that Isak, just to do something with it, and he doesn't. And it's like one chance, one goal. Yeah, we're like 30 odd shots at their goal, and fucking, and whoop, stop swearing. And like, literally, barely any of them go in. In fact, hardly any of them went in. It's just like, how does that even make sense? But there was I couldn't say, like, to intercept and then, you know, recycle the play and just, you know, keep Isaac, keep Gordon, keep all of them, you know, Almiron, the other one that came off for Almiron, just, you know, the midfield just working the asses off the pressure. We was that, I think that was the best performance I've seen Liverpool play this season. I really enjoyed it. Just dominating the whole game, fast, fierce, entertaining, pressing. Yeah, it should have actually been 6-7-8 or even 9-0. It should have been a whopping, absolute whopping. I thought Joe Gomez was fantastic. I thought he was solid along that side. Trent, I thought he was solid too. Brilliant. Yeah, no qualms with him. Endo was doing Endo things. I told you about this guy. This guy is just he's just sauce. He's so simple sauce. That's what he is. If he was a pot noodle, flavored pot noodle, it would be called simple sauce. Honestly, quality. Love this guy. Love him. Just love him. Love the simplicity that he plays the game at. The game is easy to play. You just make it easy, and he makes it so easy. Watch his spaces, shuts down. He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be a Rodri. He does everything Rodri does. He does it. Links to play. You know, simple, create space, moves. Just without the. Maybe he isn't as silky in the ball, but guys, maybe that will come. Maybe that silkiness comes with his confidence. Because I'm telling you, when I've watched him for Japan, he controls the midfield from the same position. He likes to, you know, he controls the midfield. He moves the play left and right. So I think maybe because there's bigger names in the side now, he's just finding his place. You know, and also he doesn't need to do all that stuff because we've got so many players trying to do it. You know, we've got so much players. We've got Van Dijk that plays from deep. We've got, you know, Trent that, you know, can hover into the centre and control from there. You know, Szoboszlai, you know, Curtis Jones can, you know, do his bit. You know, we've got lots of players on the pitch that are capable of doing that. So I think what he does is just keeps it simple, doesn't lose possession, recycles the play, and that's fantastic. That's what you want from a DM. Literally, that's what you want from a DM. You don't need a superstar in DM. Excuse me, my mic's just falling. You do not need a superstar in DM. Oh my god, what's wrong with this thing? You don't need a superstar in DM. So he was awesome, fantastic. Szoboszlai, meh. I think he was good enough. He was alright. Yeah, he was good. He's decent. Yeah, getting better, improved on his last performances for sure. Curtis Jones, I thought he was fantastic, immaculate, brilliant, pressing. All three of them, pressing was immense, work rate, tackling, solid, winning the balls back. You know, second balls, awesome. Let me just swap out because Diaz started. And I think Nunez started as well. Nunez started down the middle. Yeah, I remember correctly. The Nunez started from the middle. I had him on the left. It's all right. So that was the starting attack. Salah, Nunez, and Diaz. I thought Diaz was fantastic. I thought he was cooking. You know, every sort of season, and he was sprinkling on the defender. Man, it was brilliant, just brilliant. Nunez, I thought he was brilliant as well. I thought all of the front three was ecstatic. Nunez should have had more goals, but mate, whatever. Stop. You know, the guy is in the game. He's creating issues. He's getting the defense worried. He's forcing the issues. He's forcing problems. He's getting amongst it all. You know, he's not stopping. He keeps going and going and going. It's been good. It's been good. Got the win. Lay off him, man. He's doing what we need him to do. He'll start taking those goals at some point. He'll start taking them, you know. He's probably just overthinking it and over trying and wants to do well and make Liverpool win so badly and make us all happy so damn much that he's overthinking shit, you know. But I think he's brilliant. I really like Nunez. I love his firing. I love the fire in him. I love it. I just love it. Salah was cooking. Like his ball control in this game was immense. Like I usually like say, his touch is sloppy and this thing. He loses the ball. Da, 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 da. Nah, I don't know what Salah had for breakfast, but listen. I say breakfast for lunch. I don't know what he had for lunch, but he needs to keep eating that because he was fire. That is the best I've seen Salah play in a long time. In a long time. Every time he got on the wing, he looked like he was going to score or create something. He looked dangerous every freaking time. Now, if that's the Salah form that Salah has moved into for the rest of the season, I'm all goddamn for it. I'm all for it. Immense. Brilliant. Fantastic, man. And then the substitutions, Endo came off. Obviously, Endo came off for McAllister, and his through ball to Jota was just a whole nother level. Fantastic deep lying through ball from that position. Like more of that, because we've got the players to do that, man. Kept getting in behind Newcastle all the time as well. It's just awesome. Nunez came off for, we'll just say Jota. I know Diaz came off as well. Let's just put Nunez down for now. And Diaz also came off. And Sabozalai came off. Gravenberch came on. Gakpo came on too. Let's Gravenberch days. Gravenberch came on. Where's Gakpo? Gakpo came on. McAllister. Jones came off as well. No, Jones didn't come off. Oh, that's interesting. I know our formation must have been something like this then. Jones played the whole game, so must have been like that. Jones must have moved to the right side, I guess, between Salah and Trent, and then McAllister, and then Gakpo was on the left, or Gakpo was central. I feel like Gakpo was central, and Jota was left. Maybe not. Maybe Gakpo was. I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put the usual because I know Jota plays off the left. Maybe they all intervene anyway. They all intertwine, don't they? Interlink rather. Yeah. So that was the side after the substitutions that finished off the match. So Jota came on, won that last penalty, let Mo take it. Mo missing a penalty. Oof. And then there was the Mo outside of the boot, cross to Gakpo. Gakpo goal. Mo's first goal, and then obviously the Curtis Jones goal. It was a good time. Was it 4-2? So who scored? Mo Salah scored 2. Curtis Jones scored 1. And somebody else scored, no? 4. Diaz? Was there an own goal? There wasn't an own goal. Who's the fourth one? I can't remember who the fourth one was. McAllister? Gakpo, that was it. So Curtis Jones, Mo Salah, and Gakpo. Yeah, because he got into the end of Mo Salah's outside of the boot cross, and then there was the one where Nunez passes it on to Salah passes to Nunez. Nunez puts it onto Jones's plate, feet, and put on the plate for Jones to just tap into the open goal. So man, Jota, Gakpo, it came on, certainly influenced, man. I like it, man. So the first lot of defenders come on, Diaz and Nunez, and they fire, and then the second lot of attackers come on, Jota and Gakpo, and they fire as well. Right. The first penalty decision, Diaz. That was a penalty for me. Stone cold penalty, this contact penalty. The second one, lots of debate, people saying that, Jota dived. Let me sum it up. Let me sum this up. Right. So, first and foremost, what we need to establish is that there's contact. There's absolute contact with Jota. Now, similar to a free kick, the ref can play an advantage, right, with a free kick. Now, the ref, there wasn't going to be. So here's the thing: if Jota had continued to play and tried to score the goal and he misses, there's no advantages. There's no advantage in that, is there? The ref's not going to call it back for a penalty, is he? So, but the fact that there's contact means that Jota is entitled to something. He's entitled to either a goal, or he's entitled to either a penalty, which could lead to a goal. Because there's contact. If there is no contact, then he's not entitled to anything, right? Because there's contact, it's at his discretion, it's his opportunity, it's up to him whether he wants to attempt to score still, right, or take the penalty. Because he's earned it. He's the one that ran around the goalkeeper and he caused the contact, right? So now he's earned himself a penalty if he wants it. And that's the way I see it. A dive, it's not a dive, because a dive, there is no contact with a dive. And what a dive means is that the player has tried to fake contact or make it look like there's contact, or not even initiate contact, because initiating contact isn't a dive, right? It's when there's clearly no contact but the player has acted like there has been contact. That is a dive. So this, for me, is not a dive. I think it's just a decision that he's chose to go down because he feels like that's more of an advantage than attempting to score. I personally think he should have and could have still scored, but what I think and what he thinks at a time, running at his pace, I'm not going to know what he's thinking. So I'm only going to go with, whatever he believes is right, but the situation and what I think of that penalty decision, I think it's up to Jota. Now, he made the contact. He's within his right to either try and attempt the goal or go down for penalty. And because there's contact, it's not a dive, and penalty has to be given because there's contact. And whether it's the first few steps, the first step can make you lose balance, and maybe in the second step he felt like he was too off balance and he was going to fall down to regain his footing in order to get the ball in the net. Maybe he thought once he took that second step he couldn't do it, and because he was too off balance to realign himself to then get the ball, to then get his leg around it, to then get into the goal. And remember, players are going to be running back to the line. You're going to get defenders running back trying to slide tackle and block it from crossing the line. So maybe he just felt like the easy option was to just go down. and I think it was a penalty, whatever way you look at it. So I think they were both penalties. And yeah, is what it is. What else was there? Anything else happen? Can't really remember. I need to watch the match again. It's been a little while. That's why I don't like doing my full-time analysis. My full-time analysing, like too far away from the game, because I forget certain things, who done what happened where, and I don't have time to watch the game, over usually. So I tend to just forget things, but I think I covered the majority of it. My player of the match that I said would my player of the match from the thingy was Jones. I chose Jones, and he had a blinding match. He did. He had a very good match. Man of the match was Mo Salah. I think it was Mo Salah or Diaz, one of them. I think it's Mo because he 2 goals and he played absolutely fantastic. I can't argue with that. I would also say, yeah, Mo for man of the match. Closely followed probably by Diaz, actually. Then closely followed by Van Dijk, and then probably Curtis Jones. Maybe Nunez is in there somewhere as well. I don't know. But yeah. 4-2, Liverpool ran out winners, top of the league, 5 points clear. Roll on next week. It's the cup, so I don't know if City or anybody else or play before then. I don't think so. I don't know if they play on the weekend, the Premier League game. I don't know. I think it's just pure FA Cup. I think they get like a week off or something, don't they? Or the Premier League gets a week off or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, let's quickly go over to ratings. Let me just quickly rate them. Rate the sides, rate the team. So this was the team that started. Was it? Yeah, it was. Alisson, I'm gonna go with, I think like 7. Well, he didn't do anything, did he really? I'll go with 7. Van Dijk, I think he's a solid 8. I think Konate was a solid 8 as well. Joe Gomez, I think he was. No, do you know what? I'm gonna go for 7.5 for Van Dijk. Maybe 7.5 for Konate. Yeah, let me drop those down. 8 is too much. 7.5. I thought that was really good. That was consistent. Felt like it was their fault for the goals, pretty much. Trent, I'm gonna give. Was Trent an 8? I'm gonna go for 7.5 again. Endo, I'm gonna go for an 8 for Endo. For Endo was fantastic, I thought you can have an 8 as well. Sabozalai, I think, can have a 7. Was Sabozalai worse than? Yeah, but I think it was bang average. Sabozalai, really. Like, he worked really hard and stuff. Yeah, I think a 7's fair. Mo got a hat trick. I had to give him a 10. 2 goals, 2 assists? I think he's close. Hat trick. No one's ever got a 10 from me. 9.5. He scores another goal, he gets a hat trick. Nunez, I thought was very good. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with an 8.5 for Nunez. Maybe an 8? No, 8.5. He was close to scoring, man. He could have easily had a hat trick as well, to be fair. And then I'm gonna go for. Doesn't Diaz have a goal disallowed? Probably an 8 for Diaz. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that works well. I think that works out nicely. Do we do the bench players? Nah, I'm just gonna do the main stars for today. I don't think there was really much apart from McAllister pass. Oh, Gakpo scored. Maybe Gakpo can get a 7. Where is he? Where is Gakpo? There he is. He can have a 7. Callister. Oh, Jota was decent as well. McAllister. Chris. Yeah, he can. 6.5. Actually, Gakpo wasn't a 7, even though he scored though, isn't it? I think Jota was better. I don't know. Let's do that. 6.5, 6.5. Gravenberch didn't do anything really. Lost the ball handful of occasions. 5. Rest of them didn't come on. I don't think. Bonza, Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott, come on. No, he didn't come on. He didn't play. He didn't play in that. I don't think he played. No Conza, the 2 used didn't play either. Nor did Calmin Kelleher. Right, that is the full-time result. Full-time review of Liverpool versus Newcastle from Anfield. Ran out 4-2 winners. And yes, we roll on to the FA Cup away at the Emirates. Let's get it. I will be doing that probably tomorrow, and I'll release it tomorrow. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I hope you enjoyed. I've been Red Mist, LFC Ninja, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, be good, be safe, and Happy New Year. See you later.